Okay, hi everybody, how are you? Good to be here. Hope everyone's had a great day. Today is Wednesday, 5th of March. How you all doing? Big thank you to Andy Burks last night for his digital blueprint. Gina Lever was there, and also Collins Manor. Copy of this will be up on this channel in a short while. That's just rendering through now, so if you want to watch that, always good to be on it. I like Tuesdays with Andy Burks. So you can have a look at that. As far as OES is concerned, no more updates for you in that area. One update which I want to bring to the table for you, and Marty mentioned this as well. I've had a lot of people sending me this information today about the police summit in Dubai. Apparently on their website, Onpassive is still down there as one of their participants as sponsorships in it. And as Marty said, that this is probably a renewal that hasn't been retracted. If you remember when Ash told us he was taking back control of Onpassive and all the rest of it, he said that everything was going to be stopping. Obviously, there's certain things that have been in place because we've either paid for a certain period of time, etc. And as far as we are concerned, this is just a admin type of thing. And unless we hear it definitively from our CEO Ash Mufareh, then this is just an admin error from the police summit's point of view. Also, one of the big tells, if you really look deep into it, is that on their webpage as well, if you click on the more details part of where it says Onpassive, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, it doesn't go to a new site or a new web page or anything like that, but all the others do. Again, this is something I think that has no relevance whatsoever to us being there in May. That's why we've brought it up today. This is why we are saying, unless you hear from our CEO that this is happening, okay, guys, let's not spread any rumors that that is happening and all the rest of it, because it's not really helpful, in all honesty. Just because you are trying to be the first to circulate it, trying to be the first to get that information, it's really not helpful at all. And we are trying our best to help our CEO through what is going on at the moment and into the next phase. And having false information spreading all over the place isn't really going on. For those of you who think I've got the heading wrong for today about 2024 is going to be one of or is going to be witnessed as one of the best years in Onpassive, it's not a typo, guys. Okay, it goes off the back of what our CEO Ash Mufareh was saying on Friday. And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today and look into it a little bit more, and let's dissect it a bit, and we will go over a few things. But let's remind ourselves once again what he said. And Ash said 2024 will go down the line and be witnessed as one of the best years for going in the right direction as far as Onpassive is concerned, and revealing all of the nonsense. Victoria isn't going to be a secret for much longer. And soon I'm going to be expose lots of crooks and wrongdoings, dirty laundry, but with evidence. That's not the main thing that I am focusing on right now. Okay, it's not going to fix anything. I am focused on moving forward and for the future. So why Is he saying that 2024 will be witnessed as one of the best years for Onpassive? Now, this is only my opinion. It's only my views. Okay. But reading between the lines of what he was saying, I really think that it is important. Irina Steksala, thank you so much for your super sticker, and also our very own Colonel Daniel Lee as well. Thank you for your super sticker. Very kind of you guys. You don't have to, by the way, but greatly received. Thank you so much for your support. If you analyze our journey of Onpassive over the last 6.5+ years, there's been a big growth, hasn't there, of where we first started in 2018 up to a year ago, where we were really spreading like wildfire across the globe. 1.4 million founders. Put on top of that the amount of customers that were coming in from all of the advertising that we were doing across the globe. Mainly in Dubai. We were on the Burj Khalifa, we were on billboards, metro stations. All of these things, okay, were really ramping up the ante as far as how big we were going in Onpassive. Amazing, by the way, absolutely fantastic. It's great to see, and it really made all of us proud, didn't it, to be part of this global phenomenon that was going on within Onpassive. Then the proverbial hit the fan, didn't it? Now, why is our CEO saying that it will be witnessed as one of the best years for us, 2024? My opinion, and I think I'm pretty right in saying this, and that is because if we had carried on that momentum and grown even bigger and gone down routes that were taking us away from what our CEO actually really wanted us. If you remember, we were branching off, weren't we, into different directions with Onpassive, with the media arm, Supercars Magilist, and GITEX, and the police seminars that we were going into, all sorts of other things and different routes that we were going on. Then we went into Egypt and all the rest of it. This was actually taking us away from what our core values of Onpassive is all about. We were becoming much more of a corporate entity rather than a personal business where we have the humanitarian and heart for what is going on. This has always been the desire of our CEO. He actually came round and mentioned what makes us even more special and different from a lot of companies on Friday. He said, because we are doing things from the heart. That is our motivation. This is what we are trying to do, is to inspire, to do business in a clean, ethical way for the sake of humanity and you people out there. Nagaraj Gosavi, sorry, thank you so much for your super sticker, my friend. That's very kind of you. We were kind of getting away from that, weren't we? You know, we weren't on track with what he wanted, where he wanted to take Onpassive, and more importantly, for the right reasons. We were getting off course, and sometimes you need to have something dramatic to happen, whether that's good or bad, for things to change. And boy, did something dramatic happen in a bad way. We got ruffled, we got knocked sideways, we got used, we got abused, we got all of these terminologies in a huge, big way. Greed was probably one of the biggest parts of what happened. Obviously, we will get the full story, and this again was told to us on Friday from our CEO, that the secrets of what has gone on aren't going to be a secret for much longer, but it's going to be with evidence. Again, I've spoken about this in the past, of how important it is to have two sides of every story. And it's more important for our CEO to tell his side of the story of what happened, but with the evidence as well, to back up why he is saying what he is saying. Otherwise, as I've said, it's just two people's opinions, two people's voices, and it makes it a lot harder for people to really believe in one or the other. So we had this monumental incident, or incidents, should I say, that really made a bit of a pack of cards falling over. Yes, it all imploded. Yes, it all came crashing down, and we had to put a stop on it, and we had to basically sift through the rubble of the fallout from it to get the bits and pieces to get us back on track. But even though it all fell and caved in, we still had that firm base that has always been there. So what did our CEO Ash Mufareh do? He basically bulldozed through all of the rubble, swept it all to one side, took all the pieces that he needed to, and started rebuilding on those firm foundations that have been put in place over the period of 6 years. Without that happening in 2024, without those things that caused us all heartache, even more so for our CEO, then the scenario could have been so much different. We could have been going on now another year, maybe 2 years, before all of this came to light, before we found out exactly what was going on behind the scenes, before we found out why people were doing what they were doing. And that really could have been the proverbial nail in the coffin for all of us, because it could have been so much more devastating. It could have been so much worse than it was. But because it happened so early on within the Onpassive journey, as far as being a global entity was concerned, did it knock us for six? Absolutely. Did it hurt us all? Absolutely. Did it kill us and put us away? No, it didn't. This really is why I believe our CEO is saying that 2024 will be witnessed as one of our years where it's been the best, because without that happening, then the scenario could have been much, much worse. And it's always the same, isn't it? When one door closes, another one opens, that sometimes is actually better than where you thought you were before. Things happen in your life, don't they, that you have no control over. They happen, you get knocked over, you get put down, you feel sorry for yourself for a short period of time, and then you dust yourself off, give yourself a bit of a talking to, and say, right, now I'm going to do something else. Why? Because you're forced into these things that you didn't particularly want to do. You have to go again and do something else. And this is why when one door closes, another one opens that sometimes is a little bit better than it was before. Again, this goes nicely onto the back of what our CEO said, that we are now much more experienced, we're much more safer, we're much more knowledgeable, have a much better team than we did. Certainly that team are going in the direction that our CEO wants the company to go in, has the same vision as our CEO has. And another beauty about it is that we don't know who these people are. I think that was probably one of the mistakes that happened, was being introduced to all of these people who were behind the scenes. And really, it was unnecessary. For instance, you've got whatever phone you've got in your pocket. Do you know who the team behind the scenes of that phone were that produced that phone, or the tech team that were behind the launch of it, or the person who advertised it, or the financial director of it, or the COO of it, or whoever it may be? No, you don't. And does it really matter? And the answer to that is no, it doesn't matter. You have a product, you like it, you use it, thank you very much. And that's all we need to know. Certainly, that mistake has been learnt. Certainly, we are moving forward. And he just calls it the team, the tech team. That's all we need to know, that somebody is doing what they're meant to be doing. And guess what? If he's not happy with one of those people within that team, he can replace them. And we don't even know anything about it. And we don't need to know anything about it. And it's not a big deal. Beforehand, if anything happened to any of those people, it was like the world is caving in and we were all going, why? And all the rest of it. Quite frankly, it's nothing to do with us. We are founders within a company, but we are certainly not shareholders. We are certainly not directors. We are certainly not people that have built the company. We are just here for the journey, for the final outcome. And this is, again, another part of learning from your mistakes. And this is where we are now, is that so much has been learned. We know we've got a good foundation. That's a done deal. That has been put in place from our CEO. And by the way, guys, we are part of that foundation. The community of Onpassive helps to make that strong foundation. Companies would literally fall over themselves to have a community as strong as we have here in Onpassive. We've talked about data on many times and all the rest of it. That part of Onpassive, of all of us, hundreds of thousands of people, make a very, very strong foundation for any business to succeed. Why? Because we are instant customers of the business. We are the people that are going to be first in line for the new products. And don't get me wrong, are we going to be the first to pay for them? Yes, we are. But we're also going to be the first to benefit from them, from the commissions of the sales. So any company would give their right arm to have this amount of loyal, dedicated people within a community, because it really does help any business to start strong. Couple that with what we've already learned, as in our CEO, what has he learned from 2024? We know he's certainly learned not to trust anybody. And that goes, by the way, from all of us from the top. Everybody. Okay? From Marty, Chris, me, every single person. Does he respect us? Does he appreciate us? Absolutely, 100%. But does he trust us enough to divulge everything? No, he doesn't. Why? Because he's learned that lesson. he's learnt that mistake. When you literally give the keys to somebody of your vault because you trust them, right? When you wake up one morning and it's empty, don't you feel a bit of a fool, right? And what is your crime? Your crime is, I trusted that person. My crime is, I've got a good soul, a good heart. I trusted that person. That's a lesson learned, and one he is never going to repeat again. Is he going to divulge certain things with certain people? Yeah, he probably will do. Okay, but he's certainly not going to have that level of trust ever again, because what had happened was due to that trust that he had put in certain people. And we will get all of the information with the evidence, obviously, as we're going down the line. This is why I believe that 2024 will go down in the annals of the Onpassive journey as one of the best years, because it enabled us to do things differently, to reset, to change things, because we've had the opportunity to do it. Do not think that during this time, every single one of the products that we've seen now has not been revisited, revamped, and brought up to date. I'm certain of it. I'm certain that is exactly what has been happening whilst everything has been put into place. I'm sure that even the ones we'd heard about that we haven't even seen have been redone, remastered, so that they are coming out in the best condition that they possibly can. All of these things would not have been able to happen if we'd have carried on where we were. But because of where we were, because of what has happened, it's that now enabled us to look at everything, and I mean everything, to be able to say, right, we've got the time, let's do that. We've got the time, that needs tweaking. Let's redo that one completely. We're going to have this, that's going to be new. All of these things are being done behind the scene. We're here waiting, anticipating, worrying, having good days, having bad days, all the rest of it. And all the while, all that's going on, our CEO is cleaning, tweaking, renewing, making sure that when it comes to fruition for the phase 2, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best we've ever seen. It's going to put tears in our eyes, because we are part of this amazing company, and we are going to be so glad that we stuck to our guns, got to the end, stayed the course. And that really is, for me, what I'm looking forward to the most. So is 2024 going to go down and be witnessed as one of the best years in Onpassive? I certainly think it will do, because it will be a testament of the resilience of our CEO. It's going to be a testament to how we changed everything for the better, because we had the time and the ability to do it, because of what the adversity caused, because of what some people did to try and bring us all down. And what did it do? It opened a new door for us, so that we can now springboard forward on that solid base with the right people, the true community of Onpassive, and really make this the business that it should have been, even better moving forward. Anyway, guys, that's it from me today. Be back around tomorrow, and we will go over another part of what our CEO said yesterday. Okay, and on Friday, so yeah, tomorrow on Friday, I'm planning on doing a Q&A again on Friday. It went down really well. So if you've got any questions, as long as they're not stupid ones, guys, as long as I can give my opinion on it and my idea on it and all the rest of it. Okay, don't ask me when we're going to launch, because I ain't got a clue. Nobody knows. There's only one person who knows, and that's our CEO, Mufareh. If you've got questions, put them in. Okay, I'll be in the chat, and we will obviously try our hardest on Friday to answer those. But tomorrow, I'll pick another snippet of what our CEO said on Friday, and then we'll come back round as well on Thursday and Friday. We'll do the Q&A. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for all of the tea clubbers who support me on a monthly basis, and for all of you that have sent me a super sticker today. Again, thank you so much. You don't need to, but it is greatly, greatly received. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye now.